Dinner Tonight, a show where I give you 2 recipes for dinner. 2 options, your choice. So we're going to do 2 different things with wonton wrappers today. I love thinking outside the box. So I've got 2 really cool recipes. The first one is going to be a baked ravioli. Yum, and so easy. And then the second one is going to be a beef purse, kind of an Asian inspired dinner. So let's start with the ravioli. In this bowl, I've got about 8 ounces of part skim ricotta cheese. Got that already kind of at room temperature. It makes it easier to work with. And then I've got about a ½ cup of shredded part skim mozzarella cheese. And then on this plate, I've got ½ teaspoon of garlic powder, ½ teaspoon of onion powder, ½ teaspoon of oregano, and then 1/4 each salt and pepper. Put that right on in there. That is your filling. Sometimes when I make this, I like to add spinach. So you can get the frozen chopped spinach and just make sure it's really well drained. So you drain away the water after you thaw the spinach, and then squeeze it through a kitchen towel or paper towels to make sure you get all the liquid out. So there is your filling. Now I'm going to show you the wonton skins. And the reason they're under this paper toweling, if you can see, is because they get dried out and they get really hard to work with, and sometimes they crack. So if you take them out of the wrapper, as you're working with them, keep them between moist paper towels, and that way they won't crack and dry out. So grab yourself a nice big baking sheet. I like to line mine with foil so that things don't stick. And then I've got some cooking spray. All right, now you get your wonton skins and you line them up right on the baking sheet. I think this helps save a future mess. I'll line up a few and then I'll show you how to make them, and then I'll do a close-up so you can really see how you do it. Put a little bit of the filling right in the middle, probably about a heaping teaspoon. You don't want it to be so full that you can't seal the edges, because then it'll open up in the oven. Give yourself a nice heap on there. And then you lay the second wonton on top. Put your finger in there in a little dish of water and wet the edges and then pinch them together to seal. I'll do a bunch more. So I've got all the wontons lined up, and I'm going to put little spoonfuls of the ricotta filling right in the middle of each one. It's easy to work this way when you do it all at once. Okay, the last one is going down onto the wonton. Now I'm going to show you up close that you wet all the edges with just a water moistened finger. Grab that second wonton skin, place it right on top, press down around the edges to seal. See how easy that is? And by lining all them up, you can work right down the line and get it all finished right on the tray. Okay, I'm just finishing up the last one. Aren't these awesome? And because they're already on the baking sheet, they're super easy to clean up. So I like to spray the top with more cooking spray. This is olive oil cooking spray. And then for a little extra zing, I like to sprinkle the top with grated Parmesan cheese. What's not to love about the Parmesan cheese? I already have the oven preheated to 375 degrees. And these babies are going in. See you in a bit. Check out these beautiful ravioli. 10 to 12 minutes at 375 degrees. And look at this, toasted up and beautiful. I'm going to arrange them on a plate. Little marinara sauce. Wait till you see it. All right, look at these. Aren't they beautiful? Golden brown, toasted up, warm Parmesan on top, and a warm marinara in the middle. Yum! Here they are. Here's the finished product. So good. Wait till you see what's next. Dinner number 1 is already in the bag. My toasted ravioli with ricotta and Parmesan and a warm marinara sauce. So great. But if you want something different, I've got beef purses simmered in a sweet and sour sauce. So on the stove, I'm going to get some ground beef cooking with a little bit of spice. I'll show you how to do it. So I'm browning some meat in a pan, about a half a pound of very lean ground beef. And I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, just like a 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit of onion powder, you can also add a little bit of ginger, now I'm gonna add a tiny bit of sesame oil, just a drip or two. It's very powerful, you don't need a lot. And a little bit of soy sauce. And once the meat gets fully cooked through, you can just set it aside to cool for a bit before you start filling up those purses. Okay, the ground beef filling is perfect. It's cooled a little bit. I've got my wonton skins that have been under a wet paper towel, again, so they don't dry out while we work. So I want to line up a bunch of these wonton skins on a cutting board or your work surface, wherever you like to work. And you take a small spoonful of the beef mixture and put it right in the middle. You don't want to overstuff these just the way you don't want to overstuff the ravioli because they won't be able to stay closed. And you want the filling in the beef purse, not in the sauce. Although it would be good in the sauce too. So I'll show you this close up. But again, we want to wet the corners. All the corners and all the edges of the wonton skin, wonton wrapper. Pull up the corners and then pinch it together to look like a little beggar's purse. Isn't that cute? I'm gonna do a bunch more. Okay, the wontons are all lined up. Now with water moistened fingers, I'm gonna wet all the sides of the wonton, pull up the corners, and pinch them right together in the middle to make a little beggar's purse. I'll show you another one. Wet the sides, all 4 sides, and the corners. Pull up all 4 corners and pinch them together right in the middle. Last one. I'm doing 12. You could do a whole huge batch. The whole package. Do 48 of them and have a party. Okay, now I'm just gonna brown the bottoms in a skillet and get them simmering in a sweet and sour sauce. Okay, I've gotten one of my favorite pans nice and hot over medium-high heat. I sprayed with a little olive oil cooking spray. And now I'm gonna get the purses right down into the bottom and you'll hear them start to sizzle. And the meat's already cooked, so what we want is just to get the bottom a little brown, like a pot sticker. And then we're gonna add a sweet and sour sauce to get them to steam. There we go. Let me check one and see how the bottoms are. Oh, perfect. That's right the way you want them. Nice and golden brown on the bottom. Now I'm gonna add my favorite sweet and sour sauce. Choose whatever you want. Just enough to kind of create a little steam. Close the bottom of the pan. I like to make sure they're all in the sauce. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. And a little bit more, so it will thicken up. I'm going to turn the temperature down to medium-low. Cover with a little piece of foil or a lid if you have it. And let them steam for a couple of minutes. I just added a little water. If you notice when you peek in that your sauce is getting too thick, add a little bit of water. Put the foil back on. They're starting to get clear though, so that's in the right direction. Let's check them now. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, they're perfect. The wonton skins are translucent, and the beef purses are gonna be perfect. Let's get them to the plate. just look at these beef purses. Aren't they so much fun? And they were so easy to put together. I just garnished with a little bit of green onion. I put some extra that pan sauce in a bowl for dunking. Oh, so good. We got 2 dinners, 1 pack of wonton skins. I hope you try both. They're both amazing and completely different. And listen, subscribe. Tell me what you want. I love writing recipes. I would love to give you what you're looking for. And I really hope you have a great dinner tonight. See you next time.